Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever applies. I'm Polly Elledge, your instructor for English 61 this semester, Accelerated English, which is a fancy way of saying this class is designed to get you ready to take English 1A and do a great job of it when you do. So the first thing I want to mention is I apologize for the video mix-ups. And if you are waiting for closed captioning, that will be happening very soon. I think I have figured it out. And you should know that on YouTube, you are able to get closed captioning with the click of one button. So a few things about the class. Please read the syllabus that is listed on Canvas. Okay, number 2, make sure you have the books. And they look, whoops, I had that one open. This is Rules for Writers. The English department spent a great deal of time selecting this book in particular because the purpose of it is for you to keep it perhaps throughout your entire college education. And if you're an English major, definitely you're going to keep it throughout your college education. This tells you everything from what an adjective is, to where do you put a comma, to how to do a paper in MLA format, which is Modern Language Association, that's what the English department uses, or APA, which is American Psychological Association, and that's what obviously the psychology and most social science departments use. So this is a very good buy. And there is an extra advantage, which is Launchpad Solo, and that is available in an ebook format also. The other book, which is the book we will go through more or less in order, although you can take a breath, you're not going to be reading this entire book cover to cover. And this is the Norton Field Guide to Writing with Readings. And notice, here's the important part, it's the 5th edition. If you get a different edition, you may have different readings and you may have different page numbers. So it's not impossible to use, but it's difficult. The Rules for Writers, by the way, is the 9th edition. Okay, so that part's easy peasy, unless like some people, and I know some of you have emailed me and you're having difficulties just getting a hold of the books, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Please read your syllabus before you contact me with questions that are answered in the syllabus. It saves you time and it saves me time, so we're both happy. If you have a question that is not answered in the syllabus or in one of the announcements, then for goodness sakes, please feel free to email me anytime. And then you are welcome to text me, but please don't text me after 9 p.m., preferably 8 p.m. your time, or definitely not before 8 a.m. your time. I am actually in suburban Chicago now. I just moved from La Quinta, so I'm 2 hours ahead of you. So if you text me at midnight, it will be 2 a.m. and I will not be happy. Okay, now, a couple of rules to make college easier for you. Number 1, this is a 4-unit class, which means that for every hour in class, you're going to do 3 hours outside. So this is a 12-hour per week study time class. Now, because you don't actually have to show up for class this semester, and this is going to be a learning experience for me as well as for you all, but the rules don't change. Please don't just say, okay, got my work done. It took me an hour and a half, but I'm done. You're not done. Unless you have the book memorized, you're not done. That's not to say I expect you to memorize the book, but until you have used up your 12 hours per week, you should have time scheduled not just to read, but also to study what you've read, to not just dash out an essay, but to proofread it, to revise it, and you'll be learning a lot more about proofreading and revising very, very soon with me. So it's very important you schedule for yourself 12 hours per week. And speaking of times, tomorrow morning I will be putting on announcements, I guess it's probably, I think I'll make it a discussion, and I will let you know what times I'm available for a quick office call. And we can either do this just on the phone, or we could do a Zoom call, whatever is comfortable for you. But it's really important I hear from everybody. They're already asking me to drop students that I haven't heard from, and that's a huge number right now. So I can only assume it's because people are having trouble getting into Canvas or don't know what they should do. So that's important. But also, I want to ask you directly, one-on-one, how can I best help you? And so that is what we'll be talking about. And then, of course, you can ask me any questions or let me know anything that you personally particularly struggle with, and I'm happy to help you. You guys, I believe deep in my heart that anyone who can speak English can write it. And even if you don't speak it great, you can write it great. You just have to learn the skills, okay? And speaking of reading, make sure when you read articles or information in the text that you read with a pen in hand. And if you don't want to write with a pen in the book because you want to sell it back, I totally get it. Grab yourself a box of Post-it notes and slap those Post-it notes on the page and write on the Post-it notes. It's the best way for you to study. Highlighter is always good. Okay, let me look at my notes. Okay. One of the very special things about this Norton Field Guide, I'm going to show you really quickly. Let's say I'm reading along here and this tells me this is something about drafting your essay. I realize you can't see it, you guys, because it's really small, but right here, it tells me other pages to jump to with more in-depth information about what it's talking about right here. This is a fabulous help to you. So if you're saying, I've never written a thesis statement before in my life, it's going to tell you every time it mentions thesis statement where you can go further along in the book to find out more about that. Take advantage of it. That's what those 12 hours are for. Okay. This class is about writing and reading and writing. And it's the most important class, most college professors will agree, is English 1A. And that's what you'll be taking next semester, and you want to be ready. Take advantage of what I'm offering you as far as my time. I am very flexible because I don't have any actual walk-in classes. I only have asynchronous ones this semester. So I can make a time that works for you for us to get together and chat. I don't mind. That's my job. That's what I love. I love to help you. So please do what you need to do to schedule your 12 hours. Make sure you watch all the videos, and if you need to, watch them twice. And I will see you in the next video. By the way, I apologize for all the open boxes. I'm still unpacking, and it's a slow process. So have a great evening, and look for the closed captioning if you need it, and keep in touch.